Hey everyone, Humsy Plays here, and we got spoilers for the episode titles and summaries for the first 5 episodes of the new Pokemon anime series. So let's get into it. So the first 2 episode summaries are basically the same as what we've gotten before, although we've gotten updated news on which episodes are airing when. So it turns out that episode 1 is airing on November 17th, and that episode 2 will be airing on November 24th. So before we thought that both of these episodes would air in a 1-hour special on November 17th, but that's not going to be the case. Just one of these episodes is going to air. Episode 1 is going to air on November 17th, and then there will be 30 minutes of something else, something kind of random, I guess. But it won't be episode 2 that's airing on that day. So that's kind of disappointing that we won't be getting the first 2 episodes on November 17th. But I guess that gives us something to look forward to the week after that. So these summaries are essentially the same as we've gotten before, so if you already have watched my previous videos and you've already listened to these summaries, then you can skip ahead in the video to look at the newer summaries. So Pikachu is born in a forest somewhere in Kanto. There once was a lonely Pikachu. This Pikachu, who was still very young, went through a certain encounter and farewell. This all took place shortly before Ash and his partner Pikachu started their journey. This is the story of how everything in the Pocket Monsters anime began. So basically, I've already kind of speculated on this episode, but just for those of you who haven't heard my speculation, basically I think that Pichu will be born. You know, maybe either we'll see Pichu hatching from an egg, or we'll just see Pichu living as a Pichu, and then he will be introduced to the Kangaskhan baby, and they will become friends, and then for some reason Kangaskhan might be like captured by poachers or something, and then Kangaskhan might be taken away from Pichu, and then that's why Pichu gets sad, and then maybe that's how he evolves, or maybe I could be completely wrong, and maybe the Kangaskhan just has to leave with her baby, and then Pichu just remembers his good times with the baby Kangaskhan, and then that's how he evolves. And we also got some artwork for this episode, and this artwork looks really nice. You can see Pichu here in a field of flowers staring up at the full moon, and yeah, this is a really beautiful piece of artwork they made for this episode. I wish they made these artworks for like all the episodes, but I don't know, they probably don't have the resources for that. But yeah, from the episode trailer we do see that Pichu cries and there's a full moon behind him, so this might be inspired from that. So episode 2, on Lugia they go, Ash and go. Ash and Pikachu head to the Sakuragi Laboratories, which has just opened in Vermilion City, Kanto, together with Professor Oak. At the lab they hear about a legendary Pokemon appearing in Vermilion City's port, so they run there to have a battle. Meanwhile, a local boy named Go is certain he knows what this legendary Pokemon is and heads to the port as well. Okay, so this summary is a little bit different. We learned something new from the summary that we didn't learn before, in that Professor Oak is going to be coming with Ash to the Sakuragi Laboratories, and that from there they will learn that there's a legendary Pokemon appearing in Vermilion City port. So in the summary before, we learned that Ash somehow sensed that there was a legendary Pokemon at the port, but here we're learning that from the laboratory they learn there's a legendary Pokemon from the port. So maybe Ash senses there to be a legendary Pokemon, and then they go to the laboratories and then they find out that there is a legendary Pokemon if we combine the 2 summaries. And we get a nice piece of artwork for this episode as well. We can see Ash and Go flying on Lugia. We see 3 Fearow flying below them, so I guess that Ash's Pidgeot hasn't been doing a good job of keeping those Sparrow under control, and I guess they have evolved into Fearow now, and I guess they've taken over this area, so that's why we don't see Pidgeot here, unfortunately. I'm kidding, of course, but maybe just for this poster they wanted to have some Fearow below to have some contrast, but I think it would have been cool if they included Pidgeot here. But I really hope that we get to see Ash's Pidgeot come back, because we had like all these episodes where Ash remembers that he has a Caterpie that evolved into a Butterfree that had to go, and we've not really gotten like flashbacks or callbacks to Ash's Pidgeot, who was one of his main Pokemon. He had it for like the entirety of the Kanto region. So episode 3, Ivysaur is quite mysterious, don't you think so? So the title here, when they say so, is like a pun on, I guess, Ivysaur's name. So Ash and Go have become research fellows at the Sakuragi Laboratories in Vermilion City, Kanto. Their first job is to investigate a mysterious marsh of Ivysaur in the city. They immediately go to the city, where they see that the Ivysaur are all headed towards a certain location. Ash and Go are about to discover the secret of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. So the third episode is kind of random. It's going to be revolving around Ivysaurs, I guess, and they're marching towards something. And yeah, this gives me serious vibes to when Ash's Bulbasaur was about to evolve, and we saw like all those Bulbasaur as well who were about to evolve, and then we saw that big Venusaur, and Ash's Bulbasaur didn't want to evolve. But yeah, it's kind of surprising that Ivysaur is getting some love, because Ivysaur won't even be included in the Galar decks, and there's kind of no reason to show off Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, because they're not going to be promoting the games. But it's still cool that they're kind of doing their own thing now, and that's what I like about the anime this time. It's that they're going to be like traveling throughout all the regions, so all the Pokemon can be shown and can be included, unlike the Sword and Shield games. But yeah, I hope that Ash remembers his Bulbasaur. Maybe we can see Ash's Bulbasaur tag along in this adventure. I think that would be really cool to have, and maybe it'll show us that Ash is going to bring along some of his reserves that he hasn't used in a long time on some of his journeys, because now like there's no excuse as to why he shouldn't bring some of his Pokemon he's had with Professor Oak for a long time, and it's so easy for him to do that now. So yeah, I really think that this episode can be about the Ivysaur about to evolve, or maybe during a certain time of the year they go to the certain place to absorb the sunlight, and maybe they're just having this like Ivysaur festival, and the Bulbasaur line just like meets up at this place, because they say that Ash and Go are going to discover a secret about the Bulbasaur line. So I'm not sure if it's like something to do with their flowers on their backs, or maybe they're about to evolve. But it does seem like this episode is kind of random. They're just going to be like exploring, researching, learning more about these Ivysaur. Episode 4, let's go to the Galar region and encounter with Scorbunny. Ash and Go have heard there's a phenomenon in the Galar region that causes Pokemon to grow gigantic sizes. The two of them immediately head there in order to investigate this phenomenon. When they arrive in Shoot City Galar, they get thoroughly engrossed in the beautiful cityscape and the local specialty scones. But then they encounter a group of Pokemon they'd never seen before that are playing pranks around the city. Okay, so it does seem like that they're going to be going to the Galar region pretty soon in episode 4. So it's nice that they're going to the Galar region, and I guess this is the episode where Go gets his first Pokemon, Scorbunny. And previously I thought that Scorbunny would appear in like episode 2, but I guess since here the title is an encounter with Scorbunny, Go is probably going to get Scorbunny here. And yeah, when I read the summary I was like, what is a specialty scone? But a scone is basically this British baked pastry, and it looks pretty good. So we learned that there's a city in Galar called Shoot City. I'm not sure if that's going to be a city in the games, but I think that it would be cool if that city was in the games. This series is going to be interesting because they're not going to be in the Galar region for like the entire series, and Ash isn't probably going to go on like a gym challenge like he usually does in the past series, well except for Lola. So they mentioned that Pokemon they've never encountered before are playing pranks around the city, so these are probably some new Galar Pokemon. But yeah, maybe Scorbunny is like the leader of this group of Pokemon who's causing trouble in the city, and then Go and Ash will try to stop Scorbunny. And maybe that's where we got that scene of Pikachu getting kicked to the face by Scorbunny. And then I guess somehow Go is going to capture Scorbunny. Like, I'm not sure how he'll catch it because like he has no Pokemon. But yeah, it would be cool if Ash and Go met up with someone in the Galar region like Sonia or Leon or something, and that's how they got introduced to the Galar region. Because if they just go there and then they just like travel around like without getting introduced by someone, I think that will be kind of random, because that will be their first time going to the Galar region, and someone should introduce them. But I do hope that they give the Galar region a lot of spotlight because it's the new region, and I want to learn a lot more about the Galar region. So episode 5, Snorlax grows gigantic, the mystery of Dynamax. So we haven't gotten a summary for this episode yet. It seems like Snorlax is going to grow gigantic because of the Dynamax phenomenon, and I'm not sure if this is taking place in the Galar region or if this is taking place in Kanto, because we do get a picture here of a huge Snorlax and Ash and Go running towards it. And from this picture we see that at this point Go has Scorbunny, so Go probably catches the Scorbunny in episode 4, and here he has the Scorbunny with him. But yeah, I feel like that this will take place in the Galar region because Dynamax and Gigantamax is a phenomenon in the Galar region, and it wouldn't make sense for like a Snorlax in the Kanto region to just grow all of a sudden unless there was something really mysterious going on or something weird was happening. But yeah, I guess we'll see. On this picture we can see Ash and Go, and they look like they're ready to go on an adventure together, and then we can see that Ash has his Pokeball in his hand. So I was thinking that maybe Ash has another Pokemon with him, or maybe he caught a Pokemon as well. So I'm hoping in episode 4 we get to see Ash capture some Pokemon, like maybe he catches Grookey or Sobble or something, while Go catches Scorbunny. But yeah, those are my thoughts on these episode titles and summaries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want more Pokemon anime videos like this one. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.